Welcome back to Tabletop Therapy, where I'm using a custom set of rules and generation to play solo D&D in sort of a long play format. In the story so far, we have been in the region of Loren Altar, in a city called Ironwood. The city is haunted by a legendary beast, and hold on. Sorry, I thought I lost connection, but I don't think I did. Ironwood is haunted by a legendary beast, and Mystis, our main character, a tiefling samurai fighter, is determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious creature and defeat it. Along the way, he's been hired by Hopton, a contact for the Arcane Artisans Guild, to recover a stolen manuscript from the dangerous Ironwood underground. Mystis' original party suffered heavy losses, including the rogue Tolvise, who fell to an ambush by a deadly ogre zombie in our last session. With new challenges ahead and a replacement party member in sight, Mystis and his remaining companions, Dacia and Brahm, continue their perilous journey to retrieve the manuscript and confront the dangers lurking beneath Ironwood. All right. Time to dive right in. So first things first, last time we lost Tolvise, and that was a big bummer because I personally really liked her character, and she was super helpful in the dungeon that we've been in, and now we're gonna have a less ideal time traveling through the dungeons. So, but it's a little exciting. We get to introduce our new character. We did some character building in our last session at the end of the session, and the character that we generated, which I will pull up now, was Xelvar. Xelvar is a Fiona Tiefling, which I actually want to... you'll be able to see over here that there's a little picture of him, red Tiefling, and he's got a little lizard guy. He's a warlock, and this is his familiar. He's packed to the chain, so he's got a little lizard guy, a gecko named Bash, and that was just some fun little flair that somebody in the last stream contributed, and that was pretty fun. So, Xelvar, the thing we need to do is we need to find out, how he gets connected to the party. I think that this is just going to be another adventure that Hopton with the Arcane Artisans Guild is aware of and is able to place with the party rather than some other way that he meets the party. But he is was described as a nomadic raider. I kind of thought he was a little bit like a pirate. He's a gaming addict, like gambling, as I imagined that, and a cartographer. So all of that came together, and it's sort of like he's a pirate, Viking type character, probably spent some time on the sea, and he's in Ironwood looking for work right now. The Fathomless warlock as well was something that indicated an attachment to the ocean, to the sea. Fathomless has like a connection to some creature of the deep, as I understand it. But I actually want to both look up the Fiona Tiefling information, because I don't know a lot about them. And then I also want to look up a little bit about the Fathomless warlock. So let's go... How is this spelled? F-I-E-R. This might be... It's an old race. So let me see if I have to pick... I wonder if it won't let me search... Kierna Tiefling. There we go. They must have taken it off of the main stuff because it's legacy now. But let's read a little bit about this. Master Manipulator grants tieflings tied to her forceful personalities. Basically manipulation spells, enchanting, suggestion, things like that. I suppose we don't need to read much about exactly the legacy here of Phlegethos, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Manipulator. I guess we don't need to dig too much more into that, but I do want to look into the Fathomless. I feel like that will definitely add some helpful flavor. You have plunged into a pact with the deeps. An entity of the ocean, the elemental plane of water, or another otherworldly sea now allows you to draw on its thalassic power. Is it merely using you to learn about terrestrial realms, or does it want you to open cosmic floodgates and drown the world? Perhaps you were born into a generational cult that venerates the Fathomless in its spawn, or you might have been shipwrecked and on the brink of drowning when your patron's grasp offered you a chance at life. Whatever the reason for your pact, the sea and its unknown depths call to you. Entities of the deep that might empower a warlock include krakens, ancient water elementals, godlike hallucinations dreamed into being by Kuotoa, merfolk demigods, and sea hag covens. So, I'm not sure. Like, personally, I think that, I don't know, ancient water elementals, something like that sounds interesting. I like the idea of, well, actually, this is interesting because Dacia, our other warlock, is connected to a water elemental genie, and I feel like that's something. And yeah, I think that I might just go that way so that there's some sort of connection between them. So the patron is an ancient water elemental. Now, there's a question about the deal that was struck. Dacia had found out information about this genie and had tracked it down and basically, I think, made a deal with it that was in her favor, is typically how genie pacts go when you're dealing with an oil lamp. So I'm going to say it was similar to what, is at least a trope in my mind about the oil lamp, is that she basically has control over this trapped Merid genie and is able to call upon its power, whereas Xelvar made a different kind of pact. Let's see if there's anything in this description. There isn't really anything in the description that makes me think like, when I was reading this, the shipwreck and on the brink of drowning, I like this idea where Xelvar was doing pirate Viking stuff and raiding and had a bad turn with his crew, and they got caught up in a storm or something like that, but he was basically saved, and he now has a patron that he's he serves in a particular way, and I think we'll leave it there. I don't need to dig in that much deeper to that. But basically what happens is after our companions take Tolvise's body back up to the surface into Ironwood, they leave it with Hopton and the Arcane Artisans Guild. They basically take the body and they agree to do some of the work to find out if she had family and all of that, and our heroes say goodbye. And luck would have it that they're standing in the wing is someone else that could step in and take her place. And so Hopton says, I know that you have suffered great losses trying to and she's mostly talking at this point to Bram and Dacia, who have now lost Carr and have lost Tolvise on this mission. But she says, I would ask that you continue your search. We need to find this document, this manuscript. If we don't recover it, it could be even worse than we thought. Whoever's behind this is powerful and has been right under our nose this whole time. Referring to the fact that the Ironwood Underground is just underneath the city. It's very close to the Arcane Artisans Guild headquarters, and they also think that whoever it is connected to a spy. And she also includes now, I hope that if you can, you could bring back this person alive, or at least question them so that we could figure out who's behind this. And even if you're not able to bring them back alive, please bring their body in mostly intact, so we have some magic where we could question them, regardless of if they're dead. And with this new clarity, she turns and points to the red tiefling with the little lizard on his shoulder. He's got a sturdy appearance, a broad-bridged nose, and looks a little, I mean, it says chipper here. He's a little excitable, seems eager to get going, to do something, like he's been sitting around for a while and he's not accustomed to that. But she says, this is Xelvar. He's recently come to do work for the guild and he's quite strong and has done many helpful things for us, and I think he's just the companion that can help you finish this job. And Mystis gives him a nod, them both being tieflings. There's a little bit of connection there, and Dacia recognizes at once that there's something about him that she thinks surely that he must be connected to a patron similar to hers. Brom doesn't pay much heed. He's fine. He's like enjoying the adventure and is fine with whatever. He's enjoying the fighting. He's enjoying the gold, and he is eager to receive the reward for this quest. And is happy to follow Mystis back into the fray. So, we have now Xelvar. We've already set up his character sheet and everything. I wonder, do we need to do long rests? No, I think everyone is... No, I think we should do a long rest. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, how much have we expended? Because we can probably just head back down. I don't think anyone else really got hurt after. We've only expended one spell level there, and I'm going to say that Hunter's Mark wears off, so he will need to recast that, but that's not so bad. Mystis has max HP, so I think we're good. So we're just going to have Xelvar cast Armor of Agathis, give him some temporary hit points here. He can go up to 10. Dacia still has her previous Armor of Agathis on. I guess we could do a short rest, and so she could get her spell slot back, and they... Oh, you know what? They both could. So she's going to recast now, get Armor of Agathis up, and then we're going to do short rest for her. And short rest for Xelvar. So, because we are in a sanctuary city, that's not going to cost us anything. It's also not going to set us too far into the future. That's just, we'll say it's 2 hours between the conversation that we had with Hopton, finding our new companion, getting acquainted. We've got 2 hours, so we'll just update the time there. So it's noon, and we are heading back down into the Ironwood Underground. Now, as a reminder, the quest is to find... Goodbye, Tolvise. To find a sorcerer type individual that has stolen the manuscript and is trying to unlock its secrets. And let's see here. I need to bring out Xelvar's token. Oh, here we go. It's under players, of course. Okay, there we go. We've got Xelvar. We'll take off... Well, put back on this hunter's mark real quick for Bram. So he's got only 1 spell slot left, but hunter's mark is back up. I guess we could do short rest for him. We will do 1 hit die. And I think we just should do a D10 then. Because we used 1 hit die, so it's a D10 plus 2. So that's going to be 4 healing. All right. All set. Now, I need to open up our dungeon reference here. Oh, you know what? It's in the notes. Index. Ironwood Underground. And there we are. Okay, so they went up the stairs, have come back down, and I need to figure out who's going to be our new scout. Xelvar has his Armor of Agathis up, 10 extra HP. And let's see, we've got 4 on Mystis. Bram has 5. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Bram. That's going to be our new scout. Everyone's got pretty decent... Oh. Xelvar is not stealthy. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be Bram. He's going to be the one to be... Well, actually, maybe it should be Mystis. Bram has better dark vision out to 90 feet, which may be overkill. Both of them... sleight of hand... Thieves' tools. They both have thieves' tools. They can both disarm at the same level. Okay, well, I like Mystis in the front. He's got higher armor class. I guess the HP isn't that different between the two of them. Bram also has higher initiative, so if he gets into a fight, he can maybe put himself in a better situation than... But, yeah. Okay. I think I will have Mystis lead. and be our scout. Let's see here. All right. I think we're ready to get going. So basically, we explored here room 19. This is where we encountered these two enemies. We haven't really done the rest of the exploration of this room. So we basically fought these guys, and Tolvise was killed right at this doorway. So, but now the trap is disarmed, and Mystis is going to enter. Let's find room 19 here. So the west entry we know was trapped because we approached it from the other end and did not try to come through. The east entry is a simple wooden door leading to room 30. There's a gelatinous cube in there, so that will be interesting. And then we've dealt with the south entry. I believe we already got our treasure and our experience dialed in. So this is basically a dead end, but I think that Mystis would scout the room. He would take a time pool dice to do so. And this would reveal to him that this door is just a stuck, simple wooden door. So we'll go ahead and pop this on there, mark it green. Well, I guess it's stuck, so it'll be red for now until we want to knock it down. He is going to roll perception to see if he can tell if there's anyone on the other side of the door. With an 8, we're going to go ahead and... Actually, I think one of these already had a gelatinous cube in it, and it was room 23. So I'm just going to open up 23. I'm actually just going to duplicate 23, rename it to room 30. All right, and we will pop that back, manage characters. Let's try that again. So we have all of our level 3 characters. Save it. All right, should be easy for us based on this. Now that we're a little overtuned for this dungeon. So now the basic question is, would Mystis want to knock down this door? And I'm not sure. It looks easy enough to break down. Oh, you know what I was going to do is I was going to have the cube roll stealth. I'm not sure this even makes sense for it to roll stealth, but because it's not stealthy. Okay, it beat our perception check regardless. So there's a gelatinous cube in there. We don't know it's in there. So we have to figure out if we're even going to try to go inside. I think we would want to explore it. We know it's an easy enough door to break down. So I think we would try. And I think we're going to end up in a fight with this cube. So Mystis is going to be assisted by both advantage, because Bram is going to, give him a help action to break down the door. But also, we now have Dacia has guidance. So we add a D4 to it as well. So I think it'll be very easy for us to knock this thing down in one go, but it will be loud. All right, so this is going to be athletics at advantage, and then add a D4 to it. So it's 22 plus 3, 25. That thing just crumples under Mystis's strength, and immediately as he breaks it open, he becomes aware of... actually, am I going to use the previous perception to see if he can detect? It was 8 versus the 10 stealth. Actually, he doesn't know it's there. He can't see it. No, I need to use a new perception because now he can see into the room, and that would be a different kind of check than listening. But I will keep the same... Whew. Okay. I will keep the same stealth roll. Okay, so he sees it immediately, and he knows that... and it sees him as well, and... Did it just roll a 0 initiative? Yeah, it's slow. It has a -4 dex. Okay, so he's like... He turns around, he's like... I don't even know how he talks. Another gelatinous cube. Careful. And Bram immediately... I wonder if he can get the angle here. Yeah, I think he's going to have an easy enough time shooting past Mystis. So he jumps in. He's super quick now. And what is the lighting like in this place? Oh no. Blind sight is going to give the cube the ability to not have to worry about like the dark vision contest on Gloomstalker's ability. So I think it's just going to be a standard attack. He will apply Hunter's Mark. Bonus action. He's going to attack with his longbow +1. This thing has low AC. Yeah, 6. So easy, 19. And then D6 for Hunter's Mark. So that's going to be 11 total damage to the cube. And he knows he needs to get away. So this was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next up is Mystis. And now the question is Mystis going to try and tank this thing or kite this thing? I think this time he's feeling maybe a little more confident, and he would try the tanking route. He's going to just use the dodge action, as has been pretty successful in the past. And he's got pretty high armor class, so it may be hard for this thing to hit him. But it may also just try to engulf him. We shall see. Xelvar is up next. He's going to move up and Eldritch Blast. That is going to be... He rolled a crit fail, but it actually would meet it beats, but I'm going to rule that he misses because of the crit fail. Unfortunate first action for Xelvar. Dacia's up next. Same thing. She's going to use that Eldritch Blast. That's going to hit. Nice max damage, 13. Force damage to the gelatinous cube. And they're both seeing that Mystis is gearing up to tank this thing. They stay in place. Actually, I think they would both move like toward the door, but still be, ready to use their ranged attacks against him. Okay, so... Creatures inside the cube can be seen. Okay. The cube moves up to its speed. It can enter large or smaller creatures' spaces. Whenever the cube enters a creature's space, the creature must make a DC 12 saving throw. On a successful save, the creature can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube. A creature that chooses not to be pushed suffers the consequences of a failed saving throw. Okay, so I think it can basically do this once. So it's going to move into Mystis's space and attempt to engulf him. And he is going to make a dexterity saving throw to not be engulfed, which he's not super good at, but it's enough. So he's just going to get pushed back as the cube attempted to engulf him, and that was its action. It failed. Bram is up. Bram is going to do longbow. Easy hit with 16. Hunter's mark. 5 plus 6, 11 damage. Mystis is up. He's going to take the dodge action again. And Xelvar and Dacia, same with the Eldritch Blasts. Oh, I forgot to add Xelvar's companion. So let's do that real quick. Extras, manage. Familiar. Is there a lizard? There's a giant lizard. Tiny. There we go. Little buddy. Now, the way that this one is going to be skinned is that it's called Bash, the gecko. And it's going to have a special note that it has flyby, because it's slippery, I think that was Bash's idea here. So it basically can move in and out of range of reach of an enemy and not trigger opportunity attacks. It's not very quick, 20 feet, but we'll go ahead and throw Bash the Gecko out here. I think I might change the name to just Bash so that we don't have such a long name out there. And it did not auto update over here, so I will edit the name here, just Bash. Okay, so he's going to move in, actually, use the help action, so that's going to be 1, 2, use the action, 1, 2, moves back out of reach with his 20 movement speed, and that gives Xelvar advantage. He already rolled once with a 12, but this gives him another chance to crit, which he does not do, but he hits better. Eldritch Blast. Nice. That's going to be a 13 to hit. Dacia is up. Eldritch Blast. Definitely hits. That's going to be a 12 damage. Cube is back up. All right, it tried to engulf, didn't work. Now it's going to try to attack. It's going to attack at disadvantage, being that we have dodge action up. 7 does not hit. And rinse and repeat. And this should be in the bag. 12 hits. Hunter's mark. Total of 10 damage to the cube. Mystis is up. He's going to take the dodge action again. Xelvar is up. Rinse and repeat. Bash gives help action. Eldritch Blast at advantage. Efficient for them crits. Did not get one, but we definitely hit and do 12 more damage to the cube. So now Dacia just needs to hit and it goes down. Yep, a 10 hits. And 10 damage brings it down. Alright, not so bad. Didn't take any damage. And drop the cube. Let's go back out to see experience gained. And there may be some money too in this. 113. We'll go into Manage experience, 113. All right, on our way to level 4. And let's see what the money looks like. For room 30. Ah, there is a decent amount of treasure in here. A bag of holding. All right, that feels good. So we'll convert this real quick in here. Oh, I need to change my party level to 3. Okay, so 228 gold. We're gonna go ahead and add, there's a bunch of 25 GP, just random items in here, and then I'm gonna convert straight to gold. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 25, which is 175. So we will add 175 over here plus 175. Then we will add the 228 plus 228. And now we just have a bag of holding to add to our inventory, which is great. All of our carrying issues are over. I don't know exactly how to use it, but we will click it, and then I think I can just add items to the bag of holding. But it can hold 500 pounds, which is just great. I actually think a bunch of this stuff should move over to the bag of holding because the backpack is full. So let's do that. This is peak content right here. Transferring items from a backpack to a bag of holding. Hell yeah. Okay. So we'll have bag of holding be just like a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. We got 57 pounds of stuff in there, and then we got like 1 pound of stuff left in my backpack, and that'll be like more accessible items, like shallow and deep storage is what we'll call it. Okay, bag of holding, great loot, feeling good. So we still have not found our sorcerer, and we hit another dead end in the cave here, or in the Ironwood underground. This was a complete dead end. All secret doors that we were not able to unlock. This is a door that we're just on the other side of, and I think we'd be aware of that. I guess we could have Dacia do DC 10 intelligence. I would let her use like history to remember where we are. Yeah, she barely made it, but we know that that's the same door that we have already looked at. Now there's not much reason to try to go through it. So we have a hallway with a trap that we would have to brave, or we have these 2 doors that are stuck and we could break down and explore that direction. Actually, we would know that this door, so it's really just the door into 8. So we either brave the trap and try to identify the secret door, or we go through the stuck door. I think these guys would be a little wary of traps, given that they just lost a companion, in part due to the effects of a trap. So I think they're going to make their way around to room 9 and try to break down the door to room 8. I wonder if this was just like a really beefy door, and that's part of why we didn't try. So east entry. Yeah, it's an iron door, DC 25 to break. That's pretty wild. But we now have guidance, and Mystis is stronger than he used to be because of his gloves of ogre strength. So I think there's a decent chance we can knock this down. But the other thing, and this is sort of like an exploit, I suppose, on some level, is if we max out our time pool, we will just summon an enemy. Emily Kevin 2. Hi, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Oh, I don't know. I think it's... So the time pool would summon an enemy, potentially, or it could just be a trap. I think that makes it probably better for me to try the secret door with the trap, just because this is going to be... I need to roll very high, like I think like a 18, 19, or 20. I guess there's a pretty good chance of that, and also do quite well on the guidance roll to make up for it. I don't think there's anything else I could use to help me get through this door. It's just, well, I guess it's got HP, so I could just try to destroy it rather than use an athletics check to break it down. So what is that? 10 HP? That's not bad. I just think it's going to take probably 2 attacks. Which in essence is... I guess it's a more for sure way to break it down. So perhaps I'll try that. I'm just going to try and break it down with attacks. So maybe we can go two-handed longsword. That's going to be a d10 plus 4. I think that's my strongest attack. So I think against a door... Does it have an armor class? Do doors have armor classes? Because I suppose if you get like a 1, you would miss. D&D 5e, do doors have AC? It doesn't list an AC. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing as well. It's actually 60 HP to break. That is very different. Room 8. Yeah, 60 HP. Dang. Oh, but there's some good gold in this room, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. Well, I think probably then the athletics check is going to be the better option if I want to try and break this down. Meta, the secret door is a back way to get over there, so let's just try the secret door. I think there's going to be less of a chance of just knocking our head against the wall over and over again and getting bad rolls over and over again. And so better, I think, to try it this way. So we come back around to this trap, and we're going to try to... It's a concealed pit. So I believe what happened was Tolvise, may she rest in peace, was unable to determine how hard this was to disable. At this point, Mystis doesn't really care. He would rather try to disarm this trap and see why it's here, and because he can't see the secret door right now, he's going to have an opportunity to make a check for it, but he's going to try and get the trap first because he thinks there must be something over here given that there's a trap. And I think I'll give him an edge in finding the secret door because of the trap. It makes it suspicious. It makes it more likely that there's something here that he's just not seeing. So DC 10 to disable. Oh, nice. Guidance is going to be super helpful here and make up for us not having great skills. We don't even need guidance. 16, we disable the trap. It's disarmed. We get some experience. I don't remember how much we get. Let's go look it up. Disarm trap. What was this? I think this is an easy one. Yeah, DC 10, that's an easy one. So it's just worth 38 experience. Not terrible. So let's go ahead and manage our experience. Add 38. Every little bit counts. Okay, so Trap is disarmed, and now he's like, I'm pretty sure there's something here. So I'm going to give him advantage on the perception to find the door, which is room 35. How hard is this door to find? Oh, it's only DC 15. We should be fine. Come on. We crit. So nice. 24. We would have a D4 with guidance as well. So it's just like definitely easy find. Now, we've discovered the secret door. It's a stuck, strong wooden door. DC 15 to break. There's a gelatinous cube inside. There are so many gelatinous cubes in this dungeon. Not great. But the door I think we can take out in one hit with a guidance empowered athletics check. So yeah, DC 15 to break. Oh, there's a bunch of fungus on the door. That's why we couldn't see it. All right, so here we go. We're going to do athletics at advantage because we are being helped. 20 does it. So the door breaks open, and immediately we are confronted with yet another gelatinous cube. All right, duplicate. This is going to be room 35. Save. All right, run encounter. Auto roll initiative. Start. Okay, so what I would do is Mystis wouldn't potentially see it at first, but perception 22 definitely sees that there's a gelatinous cube in the room. So he, at this point, would... Let's go ahead and put the gelatinous cube on the map. And I want to know, is it just sitting right on the other side of the wall? So we're going to generate an encounter detail. And it is in reach, of course. So as he knocks down this door, there's just a gelatinous cube sitting right on the other side of it. And now he's not really able to get back and kite. So he's going to just go straight into defensive mode and yell out to his companions that there is yet another gelatinous cube that they need to defeat. And the party is going to pile in behind him, in their turn order, but I'm just sort of doing that here, and just shoot basically over his shoulder as he attempts to keep the cube back. So Bram is up first. He's going to go longbow. 20 to hit. He's going to use bonus action to hunter mark this thing. And that's 11 damage. The cube is up. All right, the cube is going to attempt to engulf Mystis again. So we're going to do a dex save. Crits. This just scoots him back 1, and the cube's turn is over. Dacia is up. Dacia is going to use Eldritch Blast. That's going to be a 9 to hit. Success. I did not mean to roll a dagger. And our Eldritch Blast does 4 damage to the cube. And she's going to run out 3 just to make a little space for the rest of the party. Xelvar's up. Xelvar is going to Eldritch Blast. That's going to be 8 to hit. That hits. That's going to be 5 damage. I forgot. He will have advantage because Bash, who we need to not forget to bring with us, is going to run in and give him the help action. So he's going to try again to see if he crits. No crit, but he definitely hits. Nice. Max damage, 13 on the Eldritch Blast. And Mystis is back up. Xelvar is actually going to take a step back just in case Mystis gets knocked again. And the other thing I'm going to do here is... Well, it's not the cube's turn yet. But anyway, Bram is up. Bram is going to use his longbow. 12, so 20 to hit. Very nice. 11 plus 1, 12 damage. Alright, the cube is up. The cube is... I'm just going to roll to see what he does, whether he attempts an action of just melee attacking, or in another attempt to engulf Mystis. So let's just say high, he uses his pseudopod attack. Low, he uses engulf. High. Okay, so he's going to attempt to attack. He's going to do so at disadvantage. Nice. He misses. Dacia is up. Dacia is going to use the Eldritch Blast. Critical fail. She misses. Xelvar's up. He's going to do Eldritch Blast. I'm going to just take a little pause real quick. And I'm going to give this guy a better background because this is just bothering me. The backdrop is fine, but he should have like Sorcerer Blood outline and the backdrop. No, what do we want? We want, is it the theme? Oh wait, it's like, oh, Underdark mode. There we go. This looks a little better for him. And the Underdark mode is just a little easier to look at. Okay. He has not yet done his advantage attack. Thank you, Bash the Gecko. He definitely hits, but no crits yet. We will keep fishing for those. 8 damage on the cube. It is bloodied, which not sure how that works for a cube. Mystis is up. Dodge action again. Bram is up. And here comes the longbow attack. Critical hit. Thank goodness. Now, oh, it knows we crit, so it's going to allow us to automatically roll 2d8. 15 damage plus 2 Hunter's Mark. 15 plus 7, 22. What a hit. Love those crits. Dacia's up. Dacia is going to Eldritch Blast. Not a lot of variety on her part, but it is effective. Xelvar is up. Eldritch Blast at advantage. So the first one definitely hits. Okay, just a hit, no crit. And with 9 damage, the cube goes down. All right, that's another cube dead. Let's look at treasure. Room 35, only 15 eeps. 15 eeps. But we do get some experience, which is nice. So that's 30 golds plus 30. Okay, so we've got 828.73. I'm going to just go ahead and reset this because that formula was getting very long. Adding all those together. And our treasure has been collected. Let us look at our experience, see what this one is worth. 113. Slow and steady. All right. This dungeon has become fairly easy to clear, being that we are overtuned by now 2 levels. Mystis is going to enter into the gelatinous cube room. I'll just go ahead and pop him off to the side here. And he is going to take a time pool to scout the room. Room 35 has... Let's see here. It says several square holes are cut into the south wall, and a stack of barrels filled with rotting fruit stands against the north wall. Square holes are cut into the south wall. That's very strange. Well, anyhow, with the time pool spent, he is aware that there is that the door is trapped on the south entry. It's a simple wooden door, but he can see that it's trapped. So what he's going to do is he's going to roll perception to see if he knows how difficult it will be to unlock. He gets a 12. Let's see here. Yeah, no, he's good. He knows it's a DC 10 to disable. He's fairly confident that he will be able to. He's going to use his sleight of hand plus guidance. He doesn't need guidance. He does it. And the trap is disabled. And the simple wooden door is able to just be walked through. So he's going to be stealthy about it. He's going to stealth plus guidance. So that's going to be a 10 to stealth to kind of peek through the door here. And there's nothing in the hall as far as I know. I don't know what this R stands for. Numerous pillars line the corridor. So he creaks the door open and peeks through, and he just sees an empty corridor with numerous pillars that line it. And he sort of motions to the party that coming forward is safe. And then he's going to go ahead and scout the hall here. Oh, I just realized that we actually don't reconnect here. But I wonder what's in room 31. So he's going to scout the hall. That's going to be another danger pool dice. And that means we empty the pool and we get something. A creature, it looks like. No, just kidding. It's a trap, an ensnaring or paralyzing trap. We have... It's close. 10 to 20 feet, so we'll put it at 15 feet away from the party. 1, 2, 3. So it's here in the hall. Actually, let's roll to see which side it's blocking. The way to 31 or the way to 15. It'd be advantageous for us if it was the way to 15, because we don't really even need to go that way. But let's say high is 31, low, or high is right, low is left. High is right. Okay, so we actually will need to confront this trap to move on to room 31. Okay, so he detects, or wait, we don't even know if he detects it yet. It just is there, and it is a hard to detect one. We already scouted this hallway though, so I think that would reveal the trap's presence to us, even though we used basically that's what triggered the dice pool. But we would be aware of the trap, so we don't need to detect it. But the disarm is DC 14. So we're going to go ahead and do a perception to see if we know how hard it is to disarm. If we get a 4, we will know. Yes, okay. So 14 meets it beats. We know it's DC 14 to disarm. We're going to go ahead and try it. So that's going to be a 13 plus guidance gives us 15. It is disarmed. That guidance is going to come in so much handy. So much handy. Oh, and that was also a hard trap. So I need to go to the mod view because somebody wants to get banned. All right. Now back to it. We need that experience. And a hard trap is 150 experience. Is this looking at the level and already taking that into account? Yeah. Dash E25. Yes, it is. Okay, great. So it's scaling. So 150 experience. That's not bad at all. We're making steady progress toward level 4. All right. So time pool has been cleared. We defeated the trap that spawned. Now we move up to room 31 and let us see what is inside. Well, there ain't nothing in there. And I wouldn't know that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll perception to see if I can hear anything. I would not hear anything. So I would probably want to try to open it, but I would know that it is stuck. With a door like this and not being able to hear anything, I don't know that I would proceed. Okay, so we've got a stuck iron door, another stuck iron door. This was a trap, but now let's just have Dacia make a DC 10 to know whether or not this is the same hall, so she knows going back down that way. There's really nothing over there. There's nothing to do there. So we have 2 stuck doors, I think, are our only ways forward in this dungeon. Yeah, there is nothing else for us to do. So I think we're going to try, because we got to complete this quest, and technically there's still ways to move forward in the dungeon. So we will need to, and potentially this will trigger many dice pool triggers, dice pool rolls, but I think we have to do it. So Mystis is going to go ahead and do his athletics check at advantage to break down a DC 25 door. Come on. 20. Okay. Nope, it won't do it, because even with guidance, it's 24. So that's 1 time pool as we bang our head loudly against this door. And we're going to try again, because we like pain. Here we go. That's not going to do it. There's another D4 in the time pool. Oof. Round 3. Nope. This will be interesting. I wonder if there's another way I could be doing this, like with explosives. Okay, actually, if I get a 4 on... Nope. That's a 23. It does not do it. So that was another dice pool. All right, here we go again. Athletics advantage. That does it. Was that a crit? That was a crit. So we succeed. Finally. It's still loud. So that still adds a 5th dice pool. But we unlock the door and we walk inside and we see that it's empty and we are very sad. And then the party realizes that there's only one more place to go, and it's another door that needs to be broken down. I think the chances are still better to open it faster with trying to break it down with athletics checks rather than trying to just burn through its HP at this point. So I'm gonna just do the same thing on this door. So room 8 is a DC 25. All right, here we go. Athletics at advantage. 21. If I got a 4 on the D4, it would open. It does not. That was a 23. All right, time to empty that dice pool. See what we get. So it's a creature. So I'm gonna rule that as we bang on the door, it comes through the door. That seems likely. Why don't we do this? Enemy comes through the door. And I think we have a likely, and yes, it does. So this means that I can stop banging my head against the door. We do get to roll some treasure from whatever is coming. Now we will roll on the Wandering Monsters table, 1 through 6. We will get another 3, which is a bugbear. Nice and easy. So here we go. Bugbear. All right, so it comes walking through the door, unlocks it for us. And time to get into initiative. I don't remember which one the previous bugbear was in. Oh, we have it right here. So let's duplicate that one. It's just called bugbear. Room bugbear. And this, I think, will be very fast. We outleveled this guy by quite a bit, and it's not going to be worth much experience, but so it goes. Yeah, it's only 50 apiece. Oh, he crit, or maybe not crit, but did high initiative roll. All right, Bram is up first. He's going to roll over this way. Longbow. Crits. He would have done bonus action, apply Hunter's Mark. So now we get to roll our damage at crit. That's going to be 18 and 2d6. Whew! That's going to be, 29 damage? One shot. Dead. Wild. Okay, that was fast. Yes, these guys are getting very strong for this. All right, 50 experience for the party. Still creeping along. Okay. So, moving into room 8. Let's see here. There is a hidden treasure. And it may have some good stuff in it. Definitely a lantern of revealing. That sounds good. That sounds like maybe finding hidden doors good. So we are going to add, that was the dice pool, so we can clear the dice pool now, but we're going to add one back because we are going to scout this room, find the option to look for that door, and then the hidden chest will just say is in the back here. It does say, a narrow shaft falls into the room from above, and someone has scrawled, for the glory of Gothmog of Udun in Orcish runes in the north wall. So, let us try to find this chest. This is a perception check. 15 DC plus guidance. Yay, we found it. Okay. It's unlocked, so we don't even need to roll. Oh, I was looking at the wrong treasure for this. I think we lost this loot, which the Lantern of Revealing might have been really good, and that's very sad. Okay, what do we got here? We have 156 gold plus 40. So we will do plus 40 plus 156. Up to 1,000 gold now. Very nice. Oops, I didn't mean to delete that. Very, very nice. Okay, so we found the hidden chest. And now, this is the only way to get into this series of rooms is to find this hidden room with this hidden door. And it's DC 25 to find. Oh my gosh. So lame. Oh, man. Okay. So no advantage on this. So I have to crit. My goodness. We lose the door. Okay. So what this means for the quest is that we have exhausted every possible way to get through this dungeon. We've hit secret doors that we cannot find. I guess we could create some rules around this that are different. But I don't know exactly how I want to do that. I feel like it's almost better to have it such that, there are things that we could just lose by not rolling well enough. I feel like it makes a lot of sense with hidden treasure, because if you don't find it, you don't find it. Why would you keep looking? I feel like it's the same thing with secret doors. If you don't find them, you wouldn't keep looking for them. So I'm going to just say that because we've exhausted every place we could possibly go, we will rule that the sorcerer returns. And I'm just going to make this sort of a showdown sort of fight, just for fun. So let's put us in a room here that is good for this sort of thing. I mean, if we were here, we would head back up this way. But maybe we'll just say we hear a noise from a distant room, and I think this is great. The 1930 room. So we come running up around this way, and we see this door has actually been opened. Somebody has come this way, and we think that it must be some sort of, monster, something has come this way. So we are going to prepare the encounter. So I'm going to go back to, it was room 9 that had what we lost against, but it looks like that room isn't even here anymore. So I'm just going to create a new room. Just kidding. I'm going to duplicate a room. Duplicate. This is going to be boss. And we're just going to tune this deadly, and it's just going to be like the cult fanatic comes back and has a bunch of cultists with him. And that's basically going to be the fight. We lost against him before, and we won't lose again. Okay, so it already takes it up to a medium difficulty, and then we're going to add 2 cultists to make it. Oh wait, this is tuned for level 2, and we are level 3, so we will need to add many more cultists. I imagine, to actually make this a challenge. Maybe not too many more. Oh yes, many, many more. Deadly is 8 cultists and 1 cult fanatic. So let's do it. Boss fight, baby. I think this makes sense. Like, he left. He was the one that killed Bundkara in the first place, and now we are returning, and he is returning, having cleared the rest of the dungeon, and this will sort of end this dungeon for us and end this quest for us. So we need the cult fanatic. There he is. And then we need cultists. So many cultists. 8 cultists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at them just popping up everywhere. We're missing... Oh, he's way over there. Okay, so they are just basically coming out in force, like stormtroopers. They're just like so many of them. And so let's see here. I think they would try to be stealthy. So I'm going to allow for, as we return around the way we came, we notice that, you know, something's disturbed, and we go and check, and we see this door open. And they're going to do 10 stealth, and we are going to do 9, 10 perception. So I think it beats. We're like challenging their stealth as the DC, and so we barely do it. So we are aware that they are here. We can sort of hear them speaking, and we are going to try and set up a surprise round. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for the cult fanatic perception. I don't think we're going to sneak up on this guy. He's like very aware. And anyone who can beat a 20 is going to be able to sneak up on the surprise round. And otherwise, we'll just start in initiative order. So, okay, Mystis gets surprise round. Got to beat a 20, right? Yeah, 20. But he gets 19, so Bram does not get the surprise rounds. Dacia gets... Let's see here. Dacia does not get the surprise round, and Xelvar does not get the surprise round. So only Mystis gets the surprise round. So he's going to run in, and I suppose this means that the rest of these guys are just running in behind. And Mystis gets the surprise round. So what's he going to do on his surprise round? He sees the cult fanatic. He remembers the story that Dacia and Bram would have told about this individual, and knows that this is the guy that killed Carr. And this is likely the guy that holds the item that they need to complete the quest. So he knows that they need to bring him down, but sees also that they are highly outnumbered. What is he going to do? He is going to... Do we have any items or anything that we could use in this situation? Potion of growth. That's the enlarge spell. Interesting. Enlarge. We're just gonna look and see what this does. It's so slow. I think it just makes me big and adds a 1d4 to my attack. Advantage on strength checks and throws. Extra 1d4 on the hit. It's pretty good. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have the fire breath potion. Don't I? Yeah. 2 of them. This is actually crazy. Oh, never mind. I thought this was going to be a cone, but this is at a specific target. Darn. Well, it's actually still pretty good. Well, I think this is a good way for me to do a lot of damage pretty quickly. Or I could just use my haste spell scroll. I mean, if I'm going to use it any time, like this is the time to do it. So let's do that. We're going to go ahead and use our haste spell scroll. So now it is deleted. I don't know how to add like the haste condition or buff to myself. D&D Beyond, can you figure out how to add buffs like that to my character? Because I don't even think I can add like a custom condition, which seems silly. But what we will do is we will Mystis, and then we will add haste down here, just so we remember he's got haste on him. Now, we are at 23 armor class because we're going to add override base, additional miss 2 for haste, which is 23 armor class. I've got a bunch of extra movement and I've got an extra attack. But that took an action to do, which would have been my surprise round action. And I think I can only take 1 action. Surprise round, D&D 5e. Oh yeah, cannot act during the first round of combat. So basically he actually does have his full set of actions here, so that's good. So I think I'm just going to have him attack, try to take down the cult fanatic. Yeah, I think the cult fanatic's going to have a really hard time defeating him. So he's going to go ahead and roll longsword, 14 to hit the fanatic. It hits. 1d8 plus 4. He does 5 damage to the fanatic. And he has 1 more action from haste. Nope, just kidding. Oh, that would have been also at advantage. Nope, no crit though. Okay, so that would have been, yeah, that was the attack that his haste potion granted him. So he's now fully expended on the surprise round, and it is now time for us to drop into initiative order. So Bram is going to come up here and get an angle on the cult fanatic. He's going to go ahead and apply his hunter's mark, and he's pissed and much stronger than he used to be. And gonna try and take this guy down. So 9 to hit does not hit. That is sad. So he fails. Cult Fanatic is up. What would the Fanatic do? He would yell, "Kill them!" And would he do inflict wounds? He might try hold person on Mystis to try to get some auto crits going. Let's try. I think he's either going to do hold person. Oh, he's also going to summon a spiritual weapon. So let's do that first. That's his bonus action. That's going to take up one of his second level spell slots. And it's going to give a 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier damage. So we will do spiritual. I may not be able to do this. So let's, we may just try to find an animated weapon. I'm not sure the best way to do this. Oh, flying sword, perfect. It's not actually a flying sword. This is a spiritual weapon. And how does he summon this? It's within range. So he's actually going to summon it behind Mystis. And that's his bonus action. Used one spell slot. And then he is, let's see, when you cast a spell, you can make an attack with it. So he's going to try and hold person and get auto crits on Mystis. So hold person, his spell DC is 11, and hold person is a wisdom save. So let's see how Mystis does. Oh my god. Crit fails. Okay. So Mystis is now held and paralyzed. That is not a good way for this to start. Okay, he's paralyzed. So now the spiritual weapon is going to make an attack. It's a one melee spell attack. So that's basically the +3 here. So that's a 5. So how does this work? When they're paralyzed, it's advantage and all hits become crits. So I think even though he's paralyzed, which I want to double check the condition here. It says speed is 0, fail strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls have advantage, and any attack roll that hits you is a crit. So he's going to get a second. This is the advantage dice, 16. So even though I'm paralyzed, they're really going to have a hard time hitting me. But I hope I don't stay paralyzed for long. Okay, so that was the Cult Fanatic's turn. He did hold person, very effective move. He tried to attack with his spiritual weapon. And now with me paralyzed, he's going to move back to the back of the pack here and try to stay out of sight. And then the cultists come flooding in, all 8 of them. And they all have scimitars, and they're going to be relatively simple in their approach. They run in, they attack at advantage. This one crits. Because he hits, he auto crits. Or because he, well, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to do 7 plus another d6. 8 damage to Mystis. Not great. Punched my microphone. Okay, that's him. We're going to call him A. And then he's going to move out of the way, and they're just going to be able to churn because I can't get opportunity attacks. And so they're pretty much all of them are just going to be able to take a turn trying to hit me with advantage. So that's a miss, and that was B. Cultist B misses. Here comes Cultist C. He's going to give it a shot. Oh, this was not a great way for this to start. But thankfully I have such high armor class. Otherwise, this would probably be instant death for any of my other characters. Cultist D is up. Advantage on the scimitar attack. 16 does not hit. All right. Cultist E. 13 does not hit. Cultist F. Does not hit. Cultist G. 22 does not hit. I forgot to roll an advantage. 20 does not hit. Good rolls, but I have 23 armor class because of my potion. And then we have H. So only one of them hit so far. 22 does not hit. Close one again, but no. All right. So Mystis is up. Now, how does hold person work? It says wisdom saving throw or paralyzed for the duration, which is 1 minute. At the end of each of its turn, it can make a wisdom saving throw. So we need to beat DC 11. We get to do another wisdom save. Crit. Okay, we are no longer paralyzed. Thank goodness. But that was the end of our turn, and there's nothing else we can do now. So now Dacia is up. They can't see the cult fanatic, so they are just going to try and kill the cultist. So she's going to try and hit cultist D with her Eldritch Blast. They have 12 AC, so she misses. Oh, spike growth would be interesting here. Because they're like stuck in a corner. Interesting. Gosh, she could like slaughter them all with spike growth. So she will potentially do that next round. But this round she missed. Xelvar is up. I don't think he's close enough with Bash to get Bash in there to get advantage on anyone. So he's just going to try and hit D as well. That's going to be an Eldritch Blast. 14 hits. And 6 damage against D. Doesn't take him out, but a solid hit. Oh boy, they have so much more action economy than us. Bram is up. Bram is going to go ahead and move his hunter's mark over to... Oh, I think he can't do that. I think he has to keep his mark on the target. So he's just going to try and hit D and finish D off. So longbow attack. Oh, he got a 1. Crit failed. Missed. This fight is not going well. Cult Fanatic has 1 more spell slot of level 2, and he is going to go 1, 2, 3, 3, and use it from here to cast Inflict Wounds at level 2. That's 4d10 necrotic damage. He's going to try and hit Mystis with it as sort of a desperate attack with his final spell slot. Oh wait, I need to do the d20. Okay, he does not hit. He's wasted his last 2nd level spell slot. And he is now also in reach. So Cultist A, I think he might actually try to run back. And I suppose they could do the same thing that they did before and like all get hit. So I think I'm gonna, to avoid just like that tedious, like constant churn of them all moving in and attempting attacks on him, I'm just gonna say they probably would not function that way. And if there wasn't room for them to move in, they would not move in, which I think is generally how these enemies are played. So only Cultist C can make an attack. Oh, you know what I just realized? They also attack. Oh no, the cultist attacks twice. The cult fanatic, not these guys. Okay, this is fine. So just C is going to make an attack. Yeah, does not hit. Then we come all the way down to Mystis. Mystis is just going to try and bring the cult fanatic down. So he's like seen how these guys fight. He's feeling quick and he's able to dodge most of their attacks at this point. And he doesn't want to get hit by that spell that he saw him try. So we're going to do his standard longsword attack. That's going to miss. We're going to do his hasted longsword attack. That's going to be a 25 to hit. Definitely hits. That's a d8 plus 4. That's 8 damage to the cult fanatic. The cult fanatic also would have used his bonus action for the sword to attack. So that would have been this guy. That's going to miss. Okay, Mystis' turn is done. Dacia is up. Dacia is going to cast. This will make things, I think, over very quickly for us. Spike growth. So 20 feet of range. So we're going to go ahead and draw this like this. Oh, I guess she might have yelled like for Mystis to run back, and I think he would. So he's gonna go ahead and take the opportunity attack from the cult fanatic. I guess you can you move through a spiritual weapon? Or spectral weapon? Can you move through a spiritual weapon? D&D 5e. Oh yeah. Great. That's what I'm gonna do then. So I think I would move through it just to the other side, like over here. So I don't think it even gets a reaction. So I could probably just go 1, 2, 3. Or I would probably go 1, 2, 3 and just stand there. And then the fanatic would get a reaction attack against me with his dagger. does not hit. All right. And then Dacia would go ahead and use her spike growth spell. And we will put that basically 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, 20 feet. And we'll do like some sort of spiky, let's put skulls. We'll give it like a earthy tone. Okay, so now when these guys move through these squares, they're going to take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they travel. And that's Dacia's turn. Xelvar's up next. He's not going to send Bash in now, but he is going to take an Eldritch Blast at the Cult Fanatic. 16 hits. Nice. 6 damage to the Fanatic. And then Bram now gets to take his shot at the Cult Fanatic. Come on. 16 hits. 9 plus the Hunter Mark damage. That's 10 damage to Bram. I mean, from Bram to the Cult Fanatic, and he's almost dead. Okay, so now he is up, and what is he going to do? He's kind of stuck. He can't move. If he moves, he takes damage. So he could just attempt to cast a ranged spell like Sacred Flame, or in his desperation, he could try to move. I think he would know that moving is going to hurt him. And I mean, I think these cultists might just like wait it out instead of running in, but I'll probably just have them roll to panic, and if they panic, they will try to run just all the way toward us. And then if they don't panic, then they're just gonna stand in place or try to just hide in the corner. Like these guys would just all try to probably like hide in the corner and not move into it. So for the Cult Fanatic, I think he would maybe try to run, get out of sight from these ranged attacks that are kicking his butt. So, but we'll leave it up to chance. We'll say high, he runs. Low, he stays and used a ranged spell. Okay, low, he's going to use Sacred Flame. So this is a... Oh, I actually don't know how to run his Sacred Flame because I am not clear what level he's supposed to be. With second level spell slots, he's probably like level 3. Oh, CR2. Okay, we'll call him level 2 or something like that. So we'll just give him 1d8 on Sacred Flame. But that's going to be a dexterity saving throw, DC 11. I think he's going to use it against Mystis because he's the closest. But I think also haste is going to give me advantage on the dex save. Yes. Yeah, definitely succeed either way. So that fails. I guess he could still try to run. Let's try it again. Let's see. High, he stays put. Low, he runs. Okay, he's gonna stay put. He knows it's death for him to run. Okay, so Cultist A. We're just gonna be rolling d4s. If it's low, they hide. If it's high, they run. All right, so Cultist A, or he's just gonna stay put. The low roll is what causes them to run. So the next one, He's going to stay put. Cultist C. Basically, they're rolling to die here. This was, I think, our third roll here. So Cultist C. He's going to try and run. He's going to take 2d4. So 5 damage on his first square. And then we'll see if he keeps running. No, he stops. But he actually can't stop there, so he needs to go one more space because he can't stop on the cult fanatic. So he'll take another 2d4, and that kills him. All right, cultist D. High is stay, low is run. He runs. 2d4 damage. Kills him. 6. So we have C and D that are dead. C, D. E is up next. High he stays, low he runs. Okay, but he's just going to kind of run into the corner here. There are no spikes to get him. F. All right, I think these 3 would run away. I think. Yeah, that's fine. G. I think low, they try to run into the spikes. And then H. So not a lot of them did, and that makes sense. But H does. H runs into the spikes. And so I think it's just basically going to kill him. But 5 in the first one. 5 in the second one. It's nice that we got them pinned in this corner. It makes it a lot easier. And then H is dead. Mystis is up. Mystis is just going to pull out his bow and try to shoot the cult fanatic. Ten misses. He's going to use his hasted attack. Jeez, both miss. That's such a bummer. Okay. Dacia is going to try and get him. That'll do it. 4 damage. Oh, and that does it. He goes down. Cult fanatic is dead. And I'm just going to rule that in the panic of their leader dying, all of the little fanatics either just run into the spikes here, or just basically in a cult fashion end their own lives committed to the cult. So the cult fanatic is dead. I think we forgot to roll treasure on that enemy that came through the door. I think that was a bugbear. And I think we are generating this based on the dungeon level spawn, which would be for PC level 1, level 7. This is supposed to be individual treasure on level 7, which is 6 gold, 17 copper. So this is going to be just plus 6.17 that I forgot to add before. And now that's done. And then this, as a boss, I'm basically going to rule that this would be like a treasure hoard, basically. But I do want to pull up the experience because that was substantial because of all the fanatics. So it's 163 per player. All right, not bad. And then we are going to go ahead and roll, because it was deadly for us, this is going to be a PC level 3 treasure hoard, and we're going to roll it at a d10 to see which one we get. And we get number 3. Copy. All right. Oh, a Birch of Shielding. That is a great item to find. So, inventory. Let's find this real quick. Brooch of Shielding. Resistance to force damage and immunity to magic missile. Requires attunement. That's pretty good. Add item to my backpack. I think I'd probably sell it, actually. It's not crazy good. And then we will go ahead and collect 150 plus 144 gold from that. And we're now up to 1,300 gold, which is very nice. And that is the end of the cult fanatic. We brought him down. He's dead. So we are going to go ahead and she's going to dispel the thorns, and the sword has disappeared as well. Spiritual weapon. And then we're just going to go basically grab his body after looting all those guys. And we're going to bring him up into the city. And this dungeon is officially complete. And going up into Ironwood, we should probably choose a place for the sort of the guild hall to be. I wish there was a better way to, maybe just patterns is the way to do it. Maybe we'll just say the hearts are, oh, but we can't put a name on those. So we might have to use monsters, but I feel like that's not a good solution either. Anyway, we don't need to mark these. We'll just say it's right here. This is, or maybe this is where the guild hall is here. And we go back to Hopton and we explain what happened. And we actually found the manuscript on his body. And so we bring the body back to Hopton, and she says, thank you so much for completing the quest. And actually, we should get extra experience for completing the quest. So let's go. I think I'm going to rule that it's just like whatever level you are when you complete the quest. That's what the experience you get. I think it was, well, I don't know how to actually tell if it was a hard, deadly, medium, or easy quest. I think it became medium basically after all was said and done and we leveled up. So that's what we're going to call it. Medium, 750 experience is what we end up getting. So substantial, but doesn't take us to level 4 yet. We still got a little ways to go there. But she's super thankful, and she says, you have helped us prevent many evils from befalling this city. We still don't know exactly what this individual was after, but now that the scroll is returned, the manuscript is returned, and you brought us back the body of the sorcerer that stole it, we're going to be able to ask some questions and figure out what has happened. And I think what we should do is actually just roleplay that. I think Mystis would say, I'm interested in understanding myself what happened. I'd like to be here when you question him. And I don't know if that needs to be perception. Like, Mystis is kind of like, it's a crit fail. So I think she would say, I understand your curiosity, Mystis, but this is strictly guild business, and we would hate for the wrong information to fall into the wrong hands. We will tell you afterward what you may need to know, if there's anything else that you may need to know. And Mystis agrees, not really having a choice, and he says, given that there's a chance that you may need our help again, I suggest that the party, and he kind of looks to Dacia, Bram, and Xelvar, I suggest we stick around. Perhaps just for the night, we could rest a bit and enjoy some of this coin and this victory. But I think tomorrow it would be good for all of us to check back in and see if the Arcane Artisans Guild was able to uncover anything new about this enemy and what they were planning, and there may be more work for us. They'll agree, and I think what I'll do now is I'm going to look at the shops again, and then I'll probably just have them all long rest for the night, and then the next day is when we'll pick up the next session. So let's go ahead and go into the shops. So, we need to sell some things. So let's do that first. Make some gold here. It's annoying that these don't have gold values tied to them. So I'm going to need to look these up in my own tables. Let's see here. I don't know where I put my items. I thought I brought them in here, but perhaps not. So I'm going to pull these up in another sheet. I have just a list of items and what they should be worth, so I will find that. Ammunition +1 is 25 gold. So that's one of the ones we want to sell. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use our rules to try to get a discount here, or rather for them to buy for more. And this is the basic DC to do that. So persuasion. Oh, Dacia has 5 to persuasion. That's great. So she's going to try. And, well, let's have guidance on there as well. Okay, so that's a 12. So we add 10% to the base price. So what is that? Basically 27 gold for our blowgun needles. So we will delete those and add 27 gold. Plus 27. Okay. Oh, actually, I think it's supposed to be half. Because those, yeah, it's basically I can resell magic items for half, so that's 12.5. And then add 10%, that's basically like 1. So we'll say 13 gold is actually what I got for that. All right, Brooch of Shielding. Oh. This seems to think that Brooch of Shielding is worth like 7,500 gold. That's a lot of gold. Let me just look this up. Brooch of Shielding price D&D 5e. It says typical price range is 100 to 500. Why is my amount so high? Brooch of Shielding. Doesn't even make that much sense to me because it's an attunement, immunity to magic missile. I guess that is pretty good, but anyway, I'm gonna go with the lower price here because it seems crazy to me that I would have found something worth 7,500 gold. So 100 to 500. So I'm just gonna roll a d6 and take the 100 that is rolled. 400 gold is actually what that's worth. So then it's 200 plus 10%, so 220 for the Brooch of Shielding. That's pretty good. And goodbye to that item. All right, Drift Globe. Let me see what that's worth. Drift Globe, 750 it says. That seems reasonable. But do I want to sell it? Is the question. So 750. So it's 375 gold. Times 1.1, 412.5 gold. Yeah, I'll take it. Plus 412.5. All right, I'm up to 1970 gold. I have unequipped and deleted my Drift Globe. Let's see, Potion of Fire Breathing. 150 gold a piece. So that means 150 times 1.1, 165 gold to get rid of those two. So I will do so and add 165 gold. All right, I'll keep my Potion of Growth. I think that is actually going to come in handy. Medallion of Thoughts will probably come in handy. All the rest of this is worth keeping, I think. Okay. Now, with 2,000 gold, I'm going to go look at the shops and see what I can get. Mace of Disruption. What is that? It's a rare item. When you hit a fiend or undead, they take extra damage. So it's basically good for fighting undead. Not that interesting to me. I think we already got the Cloak of Protection. Alright, Ring of Featherfall. Amulet of Health. Actually, the Amulet of Health I think is really good. Pearl of Power. What is that? That just gives you back a spell slot, basically. It's pretty good. Can't afford some of this stuff. Let's see here. Boots of Elvenkind. And there's a quiver here that's interesting. What do the Boots of Elvenkind do? No sound, advantage on dexterity, stealth checks. That would actually be pretty good for our dungeon crawling and scouting. I will consider it. And then what is this quiver? Quiver of Ilana. Holds more stuff. I think that doesn't really benefit me all that much. Okay, so Boots of Elvenkind is something I'm considering. Helm of Telepathy. It's pretty good. But yeah, there actually aren't that many good items here. The Boots of Elvenkind are the best thing. There isn't even that many weapons that would be helpful. I already got a bag of holding. Could actually sell the bag of holding, but I think I'll keep it for now. The Amulet of Health might be nice for later, but I can't afford it right now. So I think the thing to do would be... I think I already bought the Cloak of Protection. And so that should be out of stock. Wonder if I can strike through. Yes, I can. So that's what I will do for things that get purchased. Oh, I could buy +1 longsword for Mystis. That would be decent, because he's just using a standard one. So maybe I'll get the +1 longsword. That's 1,000. And I will get the... Boots of Elvenkind. That's 1,000. So that would be 2,000. Yeah, let's do it. So I need to roll a new persuasion for Dacia to convince the shopkeeps of... I guess there's going to be 2 separate ones, because one is for the longsword. So she's going to roll persuasion to get a discount on the longsword. Okay, that's just going to be 10%. So that's going to be 900 instead of 1,000. Minus 900. And then we'll give Mystis the +1 longsword. We'll also remove the haste bonus that we added. Okay. longsword +1. To equipment. And we can just get rid of our other longsword. There we go. Very nice. Okay, and then we want the boots of elven kind. So we will roll to see our discount on that one. It's going to be a 15. I think that gets us the next discount range. Yeah, 25% discount. On the boots of elven kind, so that's 750 is the actual purchase price. Minus 750. Alright, I think that'll do it. And then we will add boots of elven kind to equipment. We will unattune from the medallion. And we will... Oh, do I need to attune to these? Oh, I actually don't, so never mind. I can just wear them. It's actually really nice. Advantage on stealth. So that's going to make sneaking up on enemies all the easier. Okay. So we're level 3. We have, as a party, decided to... We did some shopping. We'll say that the party spends some time just getting some rest and spending some time together and getting to know Xelvar a little better. And I think that Mystis is going to be just occupied with thinking about, you know, what's behind all this. Like, why did this spellcaster attempt to steal the scroll in the first place? And he wants to know more about what happened. I think completing the quest will grant a loyalty level to everyone involved. And I'm pretty sure what I'm going to have happen is somehow the manuscript that they collected, that it somehow is connected to the beast that has been attacking Ironwood. And so we'll see what happens with that, but yeah, it will be interesting to see what we can discover about what will happen next. I'm going to go ahead and just move us to the next day. So that's going to be, what, 24 minus 4, so it's basically 20 hours. Should take us to the next day. Update time. We will be on October the 3rd at 8 a.m. There is a slight drizzle, and it's cool, but not hot. We will take our daily burn gold of 8 to pay for the revelry and the place to stay. And until next time, this has been Tabletop Therapy. This was a slower, more tired session. But we have finally completed that dungeon. We've completed our first quest. And I think we'll do some more like world building and exploring in our next session. And I am off to bed.